State understands that both parties want to be primary. Uh, I understand Ms. Brown is opposed to this. She would prefer to get this done today. State has gone over a lot of their information. I haven't calculated support yet, Your Honor, current support yet, but I do have the information I believe necessary, except for I need to ask them how many other children each of them have. Um, uh, Your Honor, State will defer to you on if you want to reset or not for a
All right.
special setting.
Where do you know where the child is currently located?
State understands the child is currently with Miss Brown. I believe, well, both parties have issues, or at least alleged issues, with family violence, Your Honor. I'm not sure what county she lives in. What
All right.
county do you live in, ma'am?
I live in Bell.
Okay. All right, then. Well, we may go ahead and just do a temporary order today because right now I'm looking at the original petition. The original petition alleged that the child, that Mr. Foley was a non-custodial and mom, and Ms. Brown was custodial. And they obviously, when this was filed, the standing order of Bell County went immediately into effect and froze everything where it was. So, and that was as of January of this year. So anyway, based on the plea before the court this time, we're looking at again, it was alleged that the child was with the mother, and the father is asking the court for custody. We need to go ahead and get a little information.
Hello?
See what that
Hello?
basis is. Okay. Yes, sir. Is he back again, or?
I think so. I mean, that's the same 231.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's having all kind of connection problems. So yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and we're on the record, so I'll go ahead and let the state, let's get some information from the parties and see whether or not this is something justifiable of a special setting or something we need to take care of today, Mr. Welch. Thank you.
Yes,
So,
Your Honor.
Ms. Brown and Ms. Foley, Ms. Brown, unmute yourself, and both of you raise your right hands, please. All right, you both solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you're going to give here today the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you're both officially under oath, and I just know I threw a lot of legal mumbo jumbo out at you, but the court will know for the record that we have pleadings on file. The standing order is in effect for now, and for right now, I'll go ahead and let the state call you as witnesses, and let's determine what we're going to try to do here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Lanisha Brown. What is your full name?
Lanisha Vernice Marie Brown.
What is the full name of the child in this case?
Atlas McKinley Foley.
When was Atlas born?
September 17, 2020.
So how old is Atlas?
He's 5.
All right. So to start with, Mr. Foley, you can put your hand down. Wait.
My hand is down. It's just frozen.
All right. All right. So Miss Brown, who has a child right now?
I do.
And how long have you had the child, at least recently?
I've had him since last year around July.
All right.
Well, that's when I got him back.
All right. And then before then, when, so who had the child before then?
He was with his dad due to me having to work in school.
And when did he start being with his dad?
He was on and off with his dad before all of this happened because of me being in school and work, and dad doesn't work. So I would say since he was born and like having problems in our relationship, it was on and off, kept going back and forth. And then once I finally just settled in Killeen, he would go down there a lot, like I said, because of work and school, and we both couldn't afford daycare.
All right. Are you asking the court to name you as the party who has the right to establish where Atlas lives?
Yes.
Why don't you explain to the court very briefly why you want that?
So like I said, he was with his dad on and off. Probably about March or between February and March of last year, I kind of went through a financial hardship. I live in Killeen and I was driving to Austin. I had a car accident, car got totaled. I went from making $19 an hour to making $14 an hour while paying rent. I will say over the past years before that, kind of just was trying to get my life together. Me and dad was back and forth and it was kind of hard. But when I finally got into school, things were picking up for me until I got into a car
Mr.
accident.
Welch, you need to narrow your question, sir. That was just, I'm sorry, ma'am, that was just too broad of a question, and
Okay.
and again, I'm sorry, it's just that again, I need to get this focused. Thank you.
Okay. So
Is,
basically, oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry. Go
next
ahead.
question.
Your Honor,
So
yes, Your Honor.
okay.
So,
Ma'am, what's the timeline again? You said you were doing on and off for sometime last summer, and then you took exclusive possession of the child starting when?
July, because dad kept him away from me for a couple months, like would not let me see him. If I popped up in Houston,
Okay,
asked.
okay, ma'am. You don't have to go into details.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. And where were you living at the time when you the child went back to you?
Here in Killeen.
All right. And where does dad live?
Oh, sorry, Houston, Texas.
All right. And how long has dad lived in Houston?
All his life. He's from Houston. I moved there a couple years
Okay.
ago.
All right. And so you've had the child back with you since the summer of 24, correct, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. And the child is 5 years old,
Yes, sir.
and he's currently enrolled in KISD.
Yes, sir.
Was he pre-K or K?
Pre-K.
All right. All right, then, Mr. Welch, you may proceed. Thank you.
yes, Your Honor. So do do you have any has Mr. Foley ever physically assaulted you or verbally threatened you or the child?
Oh, there was an altercation when I did try to get Atlas back between me, him, a family member, and my mother. Um,
When was this altercation?
um, I think maybe in June. And then we went through a CPS case.
All right, so June of this year
La-
or last year?
Sorry, last year, 2024.
All right, and so uh there was a CPS case opened?
Yes, it was closed.
All right. Was there any police reports filed due to this?
No, sir. Just because they kept saying this was civil.
Got it, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So what was or why was it closed?
It was closed because they couldn't find anything. I can't really go into detail because I know that we're short in time, but
That works, ma'am. That works.
yeah,
You have access to a car?
yes, I do.
What health insurance is the child currently on right now?
Medicaid,
Do you have access to private health insurance?
yes.
Do you know how much it would cost to put the child on the private health insurance?
No, I would have to wait until open enrollment.
And do you have access to private dental insurance?
Yes.
What is that private dental?
Um, I will say it shouldn't be no more than maybe like $14 to $20 probably, but I would have to look when open enrollment is open with my job.
All right, here's the deal, ma'am. Court order who will take the play. I'm sorry, you don't have to wait for open enrollment with a court order. They have to do it immediately. So
Okay.
you need to look into that information. If this matter doesn't finish up today, you may need to look into that information and find out what the costs are and see whether or not they're actually something that's affordable or just we're going to stick with Medicaid for now. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So, what uh, what money do you have coming in?
Just my job right now.
What do you do, ma'am, for a living then?
I'm a certified medical assistant.
Uh, how many hours do you work per week?
I would say about 36,
And how much do you make per hour?
2150.
Anything, any other money coming in besides that job?
I am in school, but I'm not currently enrolled right now.
How many other children besides Atlas do you have?
Just Atlas, one on the way.
When will this new child, when's the due date?
May 4th.
Next year?
Yes, sir.
And is this new child, is Mr. Foley the father of it?
No, sir.
When did you two no longer live in the same household together?
I would say probably top of, I think maybe 2023 of January, if I believe so.
Has there been any other incidents there where there's been Mr. Foley or has physically assaulted or verbally threatened you?
Mm, I, I mean, yeah, but over the past years, I think just being in a toxic relationship.
Anything in the last 2 years, ma'am? That's what
No,
I'm
sir.
saying.
Nothing in the last 2 years. No, sir.
All right, thank you.
In this first incident that you talked about, that happened, I believe you said in June of 2024. Could you please briefly describe to the court what happened?
Yes, I popped up at his house because I haven't seen my child. Uh, I tried to take my child to spend some time with him, and him and his cousin basically took my child out of my arms, and I did hit Mr. Foley.
So, besides the CPS, was there police involvement in this?
No.
Um, Besides the issue of who should have custody of the child, would you be okay with the if the court ordered dad provide the health and dental through his Champ VA at zero cost?
Yes, I will be okay.
Pass a witness.
All right, ma'am, be back in just a moment. Call your next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Brian Foley.
Yes, sir.
What is your full name?
Brian Darnell Foley.
Who is the father of Atlas?
Brian Darnell Foley.
So do you have access to private health insurance for the child?
Yes, sir. With me being 100% uh considered 100% disability through the VA with Champ VA.
And how much would that cost to put the child on that Champ VA?
Nothing.
And say is the same thing for the private dental?
Yes, sir.
Besides the incident Miss Brown described between you two, I guess in June of 2024, as she testified, has there been any other times in which she has physically assaulted or verbally threatened you or the child?
No.
And do you have anything? Strike that, Your Honor. Do you have access to a automobile?
Yes, sir.
Uh, what, what income do you have coming in, sir?
I receive 100% disability, which is $4,431.30, and I also work part-time for Beneficient Home Healthcare as a healthcare provider.
How many hours per week do you work at that as at the healthcare provider place?
About 28 a week.
And how much do you make per hour?
$11.60.
So when did you and mom no longer live in the same household together?
2022. January 2022, I believe.
Now, from from January 2022 onward to today, have you given mom any cash or very expensive goods for the benefit of the child?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a general amount of how much cash?
No, sir, I don't. I don't even calculate anything like that.
What about the expensive goods? Any of those?
As far as just things for my son or anything like that.
What I'm talking about, sir, are like over $100, not just diapers or socks or things like that.
Yes, sir.
Um,
But I wouldn't know any of the amounts. No, sir.
all right. Do you have any other children besides Atlas?
No, sir.
So just so the court can hear your side of the timeline. So is it accurate that mom has had the child at least most part since July of 2024?
Yes, I haven't seen my son since July 19th of 2024. We agreed upon after the
All right, I got it, sir. I got it. So then before then, who had the child before that?
me.
Since the child was born?
What was you said since the child was born, or I'm sorry,
Have you had the child since the child was born?
majority of the time, yes.
Now, since 2022, has mom given you any cash or very expensive goods for the benefit of the child?
The money that she gave me was in the year of 2024.
And well, are you asking to be the parent who chooses where the child lives?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what non-disclosure is, sir?
Non-disclosure, this agreement, a non-disclosure. I'm sorry.
So, Your Honor, may I briefly explain what it is?
Go right ahead.
So, Mr. Foley and Ms. Brown, non-disclosure in a typical order, things like your address, phone number, email, those are in there, but the court can, at its discretion, redact all of it except for the email. That has to remain regardless. Mr. Foley, are you asking for that, for the court to do that?
To keep my email and address.
Well, email is going to have to be in there regardless, but the other things like your address, phone number, employer, I guess. Do you want the court to leave it in as the default, or do you want the court to give you non-disclosure and redact it?
My physical home address is what you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's included.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
So you're okay with your information being in the order then?
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, anything on the direct for Miss Brown this time?
I do, Your Honor, just ask her about any cash or expensive goods along with the non-disclosure.
All right, go right ahead.
So Ms. Brown, first for non-disclosure, having heard the definition, do you want non-disclosure? You want to ask the court for non-disclosure, or do you not want to?
It's fine.
So you're not asking the court for non-disclosure?
No, he already has my address, so yeah, it's fine.
So since 2022, has dad given you any cash or very expensive goods for the benefit of Atlas?
No.
Now, that same time period, what cash or very expensive goods did you give to dad for the benefit of the child?
Um,
If you don't know, just say you don't know.
yeah, I can't remember.
Pass the witness.
All right, anything else for Mr. Foley?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I was talking to your attorney, sir. Sorry.
I guess, Mr. Foley, just to confirm, where do you live? Don't say address. Where do you live, sir? What's the
Houston.
city?
Houston.
That's it, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Foley, where did you and Miss Brown live when y'all were together? What was your county of residence at that time?
Harris County, Houston, Texas.
All right, then. Have you ever lived in Bell County, sir?
I went down there for 2 weeks to be in an apartment with her. That's it. I've never actually lived there.
Okay. All right, and where was the child born, sir?
In St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, thank you. All right then, folks. Any other questions about the party, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
All right, folks. This was really just a cursory circumstance. The court would normally in a custody matter delve in a lot more and give you the opportunity to have witnesses. Right now, based on these current circumstances and the fact that this court, the child is in Bell County. This is a Bell County court. The court has jurisdiction, obviously, and unfortunately for lawyers have a tendency to always look at things through a legal rights and legal spyglass. Right now, sir. I'm sorry, I did have one last question. This is not an AOP case, correct, Mr. Welch?
Your Honor, this is a
I look at this.
This is a paternity establishment case, Your Honor. So,
okay, that's the question. Here's the deal, folks. Right now, Mr. Foley, you have not been legally established as being the child's father. I'm getting ready to make that determination, but before I do, sir, you do have the absolute right to ask this court for a DNA test, and it'll automatically be granted. Do you wish a DNA test, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Ms. Brown, are you requesting a DNA test?
No, sir.
Okay. All right then, folks. Based on these circumstances, again, this is not what I call a full-blown custody hearing. But based on this information, I could go ahead and I would make a determination to go ahead and at least on a temporary basis, name you both as joint management servers, give mom the right to decide domicile, restricting that right to if it's going to be a temporary order, I'm going to restrict it to bail and contiguous until we have a final hearing on all issues. But for right now, I'm looking at going and naming her having the right to decide domicile and making that right to here to Bell and contiguous counties. Sir, I'm looking at ordering guideline child support based on your income, and the state will give me the math on that. Mom, I'm going to order you to maintain Medicare as long as the child is eligible. But sir, I'll go ahead and order you, since your health insurance, your Champ VA is available to you for no cost. I'll go ahead and order you to also put the child on that. Here's the thing, folks. For right now, I can say I can make this a temporary order, and that way everybody will have to come back and do a full-blown hearing on this. But again, changing from a temp to a final usually doesn't change very much, but every now and then it does. And I'll give you that opportunity, sir, to get your ducks some more in a row if you wish to come back and ask the court and show the court why you should have legal custody going forward. But for right now, I'm looking at leaving it with mom and ordering child support, cash medical, and I'm looking at a visitation package. Obviously, you're a lot more than 100 miles away. I went to law school in Houston, so yeah, I know this trip and I went to school in Killeen. So I know how far a trip this is for someone to come up. It's usually, did anyone go over with either you the long distance visitation package?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, it's usually up to one, it can be more than one, but it's usually 1 week in the month, and then the holidays, and then the summers and spring break. Right now, since you're 100 miles away, sir, I'm not sure if this would be your Thanksgiving, but there would be a week at Christmas coming up that you'll be entitled to. You'll be entitled to spring break next year because you live more than 100 miles away, and then 42 days in the summer because you live more than 100 miles away. It would be up on you, sir, however, to come and pick the child up and return the child at the end of visitation to the mom's residence. If y'all don't think y'all can get along well enough to do that, I will make it at a police department, exchange point at a police department going forward. I am, no matter what, temporary or final, ordering y'all to go ahead and communicate exclusively through a parenting app. The free one is called App Close, APPCLOSE, which means you get to you have to download it, go to App Close, download it, and set up the account, and then send an invite. Well, dad logs on, and an invite goes to him, and then y'all can use that app going forward. It has FaceTime functions. It has texting. It has everything. I will also go ahead and on either temporary or final. That's what this is going to be. I'll order that the father should have FaceTime with the child every Sunday that he doesn't have the child with him in his possession at 6 p.m. on Sunday. And again, you could use App Close to make it a FaceTime circumstance instead of just a telephone call. Well, I'll leave that up to y'all. So at this time, Mr. Foley, again, I will go ahead and give you a chance to get this more up to speed, and give the mom the chance to get more up to speed, also witnesses, whatever y'all want to call. But for right now, I'm looking at going ahead and setting this up as a temp because I want to get child support started. I want to get everything going on as far as the temporary order is concerned. And of course, I will find that Mr. Brian Foley is the biological father of the child before this court this time. So, Mr. Foley, what do you want to do, sir?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, okay. Again, sir, I'm looking at doing this as, I can do this as a temp, or I can do this as a final. What are you requesting, sir?
Temp.
Okay. All right, sir. He'll give you a chance to go talk to a lawyer if you want to, and find out how you want to come at this in a different manner. But I'll give you that right, and I'll go ahead and set this up for a pretrial to determine whether or not what's been filed in your behalf or what's been filed in mom's behalf. But for right now, again, I'm going to go ahead and set up custody, visitation, and court and child support and medical coverage by both of y'all. And sir, as far as I understand you got good transportation. As far as I usually like to lock them in place because that way there's not a problem when everybody knows it's coming up. If you were to pick a weekend that you would like to pick the child up, would you like to do that on the first, second, third, or fourth weekends of the month, sir? So you get to pick when you only got one. So if you're going to do it, you can make it the the first, third, and the first, second, third, and fourth weekend of the month. And it usually starts at 6 p.m. on Friday, going to 6 p.m. on Sunday. When I'm dealing with people out of Houston, I usually make the exchange at 8 o'clock in the morning because coming in from Houston on a Friday evening to Bell County, I think the longest it took me, it's usually a 3-hour drive. One time I think it took me 8. So yeah, because you could end up in traffic like out of crazy. So that was quite a while ago. So, sir, if you were to pick a weekend that you wanted for your visitation going forward, sir, which weekend would you want that to be? First, third, or fifth? First, second, third, or fourth. I'm sorry.
Second.
Second? All right then, sir. I would look at making you, giving order that you would have it on the second. And ma'am, you got good transportation again, correct? You're muted, ma'am.
Sorry, it was tripping. Yes, sir, I do. So before all of this, we were meeting in Brenham. I'm willing to meet in Brenham if that's okay with you,
Ma'am, you can volunteer to do anything you want, but under the family code, exchanges are usually made at the first at the residence resident of the parent. If you want to go ahead and make it Brenham, that's really not. That's a little bit past half. Caldwell is closer to halfway than Brenham is, but if you were willing to meet them in Brenham or Caldwell, wherever you want, somewhere halfway, ma'am, I've got no problem with that.
I mean, it's up to that. I mean, yeah, because I'm usually my Fridays I'm in Austin already. I get off at 12, so I have to travel, and he doesn't get out of school till 3:02.
Okay. So if you want to do Friday evenings at well, I'll say 6 p.m., but obviously he's coming in from Houston, you're coming in from there. We can do that, or you can do it on Saturday morning, which is a little better traffic wise and a little easier. But however you want to do that, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. So would y'all want Friday night or Saturday mornings?
I will say let's do Friday night.
Okay. All right, you don't mind being on that wide, long back road, that back road at night, no problem with it. All right, so sir, coming up, you get the first weekend of the second Friday of the month next month, and of course this is the last Friday of October coming up on Halloween. So your visitation would be start on the 14th at 6 p.m. Obviously, y'all get where y'all gonna meet in Brenham. And the exchange, and you would have the child till the following Sunday at 6 p.m. Also pick up and drop off at Brenham or other spots that y'all want to agree to ahead of that time frame. And then I'll have the state confirm on the standard possession order whether or not this is your Thanksgiving or not, sir, and whether or not you get the week with Christmas Day or the week with New Year's Day coming up. For the Christmas holidays, but we'll go ahead and put all that into place. So over the next 2 months, and I'm going to set a pre-trial on this one in December to give everybody time to get their everything, get their ducks in a row and talk to their lawyers if y'all need to. But I'm going to go ahead and do a pre-trial on this general dates to see what the circumstances are and whether or not we're going to need to do something going forward or whether or not this will become final. But over the next 2 months, sir, you would get the 14th to the 16th. You would, if your Thanksgiving is yours, you would get that. And then the next month, you would get, okay, the 12th is the second Friday of the month. So you get the 12th to the 14th. And whatever week you would get the week of Christmas or the week of or the week of that has New Year's in it. That would be explained also in the court order. There's a specific date that y'all are supposed to exchange the child after Christmas Day. That's going to be in the court order, and the state can go over that with you also, or you can just read it yourselves and figure it out. So, yes, sir. I was going to ask you, Mr. Foley, questions, sir.
So I don't get to get him for Christmas Day?
I don't know if this is your year, sir. I hadn't looked at it.
Well, last year wasn't my year. I haven't seen my son in a year and 3 months. So I missed Christmas and 2 birthdays. So I would.
Sir, I want to get it on the schedule, but the law requires, I don't want to go out of line with the standard possession order. So you would get the week after Christmas. That's when he's 5. You can still have a second Christmas for him. It doesn't matter, sir. Well, Mr. Welch, is this?
I have the standard possession order up right now, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, Mr. Foley, this is an odd number year. They do it even or odd number years. So on odd number years, you would have it beginning at 12 p.m. on December 28th and ending at 6 p.m. on the day before school resumes after the Christmas vacation. And then, yeah, so that's when you have the child right now.
Can I speak? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay, all right, yeah, ma'am. I do not want to go outside the standard possession order on this because it just prevents problems 2 to 3 years down the road. But what do you want to add to, ma'am?
Well, I was just gonna say, I understand there's a standing order, but if we communicate through the app and say, if I say, okay, you can get him like for Thanksgiving and Christmas, is that okay for us to do
You
that,
can
or
agree
we
to
have to
anything you
go
want, but
with the
you
order?
can agree to anything you want, but that agreement is not enforceable. Please remember, both of y'all, if it falls
Okay.
apart, it's not enforceable. The one that is enforceable is the standard possession order, okay?
Yes, sir.
Y'all can
Yes,
agree
sir.
to anything you want, but,
Okay.
but you got to agree to it, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, again, I want y'all to make agreements. So if you want to give them Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, that you usually don't get both. But if you want to do that, ma'am, that's
Yes,
left
sir.
up to y'all, and you can take care of that. So you need to discuss it with him and figure out what you want to do. I'm going to bring y'all back here on a pre-trial to determine and to set this up for a final hearing, a contested hearing as needed. And I'm going to do that. Let's see, out of October, November, December. Let's do that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that on my general Zoom docket on the 9th day of December at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. That's y'all's pre-trial, and at that pre-trial, I'll take announcements. If you got lawyers, your lawyers will know what to do. If you're gonna still be pro se, then you would need to make your own announcements, and that this is still being a full custody matter, and that the court will set this up for a special setting final hearing. And I usually still use Zoom under most circumstances, but the court reserves the right to make it a live hearing if necessary. So,
What was that date again, Your Honor?
okay, it's going to be on Tuesday, December 9th, 9 a.m. And you'll get the Zoom code for that in your reset order. All right. All right. So at this time, Mr. Welch, anything else the state needs on this one?
So I've got the guideline child support, Your Honor.
All right.
Based off what he's told me, his job as a nurse, along with the VA disability, that would be a total of $1,144.32, starting November 1st, 2025. And this, Your Honor, is based off of the health and dental being through his free Champ VA. So I know so Your Honor, in the order itself, do you want the health and dental beat through the Champ VA?
Yeah, go ahead and set it up that way, and obviously, mom can keep her Medicaid as long as she wants to,
All right.
or as long as she can. So, but yeah, with her earnings and his earnings and all that, that might become problematic.
And then it doesn't look like either party wanted non-disclosure, but what's your ruling on it?
No non-disclosure is necessary on.
And then so just to make sure I understand, so dad will have video calls every Sunday that he doesn't have the child at 6 p.m. for 30 minutes, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. And any other time they can agree.
All right. And then there'll be the standard possession order. Pick up or the exchange place is at mom's residence.
I'm gonna keep that for now in the standard in the order, but they can agree to a different spot. Obviously, she says she's willing to go down to Brenham. So as long as they're willing to do something, they can agree to it. But for right now, let's keep it as standard, as in the standard possession order, pick up and drop off at residence of the custodial party. And if that changes in the after the final hearing, obviously it'll be the other way around.
All right. And then And I believe that's it, Your Honor, for this temporary order.
All right, Ms. Brown, questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Ms. Foley, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, everybody, I'll see you back here in about, that's going to be just a little bit more than 45 days out. So I'll go ahead and see y'all back here on the Zoom. If anything, if there's any clarifications needed, obviously you can file your own motions or hire your own attorneys to do what you need to. But the court will be looking at a final at a pretrial on the 9th, and look at probably a special setting sometime in January to finalize this if it's still fully contested. Thank you both very much. Everybody have a safe and happy holiday, and we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Brown and Mr. Foley, I'm moving the alter breakout room so that I can get this order drafted and y'all can sign now, so y'all don't have to worry about it, signing it later. You don't have to sign. I would like you to. You don't have to. It'll be submitted anyway.
And Mr. Welch, attach a copy of the standing order still, because most people forget that's in there, and they may have lost their original pleadings with the standing Bell County order, so they know what they can and can't do. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Let me move y'all. And Your Honor, I'm not seeing anything else ready for hearing, but I'll talk to my colleagues.
All right. I was going to take a little early lunch, so I'll go ahead and I'll be here. Thank you.
All right. Lanisha Brown. Move you to room 25.
Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, we know you're here, sir. Mr. Foley,
Okay. I was just letting you know.